The devastating impact of Hurricane Beryl has been difficult on all of us in the Houston area, but out of this extremely challenging time have emerged some Good Samaritans helping those in need. Zach Tawatari speaks with one who is doing what she can to help her neighbors, one plate at a time.
Here in Barrett Station, the effects of Beryl have been felt much like the rest of the Houston area. But while the hurricane knocked down trees and knocked out much of the power of the human spirit continues to shine through. In the midst of the aftermath, plenty is out of place.
They had to get a tractor to pull that tree.
But in her Barrett Station kitchen,
when I make it, it'll stay hot.
Takara King says she's right where she needs to be.
I'm like, okay, well, I have food, I can cook.
On the menu tonight,
spaghetti, I have corn, I have some smothered green beans.
Even dessert.
I even bought cake, hey, my sweet tooth.
Despite taking damage herself, the lights at Takara's home are on, unlike many of those around her. But what she's generating is something brighter. This food isn't for her or even her next of kin. The private chef and caterer has taken it upon herself.
Everybody knows me for cooking, so why not cook for the elderly? And then I cook for the kids after that.
To feed her community.
It's like one big old family.
And days after Hurricane Beryl left a wake of destruction in its path, word has gotten out. Takara's family,
it's not much she wouldn't do for other people.
And friends lending a hand to her cause.
We put on everybody to help each other.
As they go door to door, delivering a hot meal with a warm smile.
Everybody just together and help on her. That's true, right?
What does it make you feel like when you see the reaction from one of your neighbors?
I love it. Like, cooking to me is my form of showing you that I love you, I care for you.
The work appears to be nowhere near done.
But it's trees everywhere.
But Takara is prepared to keep her stove hot with 3 different meals a day.
If you remain positive, that's gonna make them feel a little bit better about their day.
Proof that in every disaster, there are different powers at play. The kind that Mother Nature both hands out and takes. And then there's the kindness of thy own neighbor.
I feel like kindness is actually stronger because the hurricane is temporary. People are gonna always remember who was there to help them during their worst times.
In Barrett Station, Zach Tawatari, KHOU 11 News.
Well, we know natural disasters can bring out the worst, but also the best in people. And this morning, we're choosing to focus on the positive.
Trace Bragg shows us how a community on the southwest side is coming together for their neighbors in need.
Right now, many are struggling after Beryl ripped through the Houston area, leaving many without power.
Since the day of the storm, from 4 a.m. Sunday.
Give her that.
But at least one community is using the aftermath of the storm to remind one another we are all in this together.
We're a diverse community here. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own lifestyles. But whenever tragedy strikes, we put all that aside and we realize we're all humans and we want to be good humans and we're here to help each other.
Meet the community of Meadows Place, or as they call themselves, the MP Army. That's right, it's a tiny but mighty community, always ready to lend a helping hand. Today's mission, feeding those without power.
I got a text about 8 o'clock this morning saying, hey, we have a donation for all this food. We need somebody to cook it.
There you go, sweetie.
And get to cooking they did, turning a donation of nearly 100 pounds of food into hot plates for all who need it. Even the youngest members of the MP Army helped deliver food to a nearby senior living facility.
And the MP Army is doing more than just providing food and water. They're also providing cold rags to help keep the body temperature cool on these hot summer days.
And let's just say folks who live here are grateful.
It's a hot meal that I don't have for days. And yeah, I really appreciate it. And I'm blessed. Really blessed.
And this Army hopes that appreciation will help grow their ranks of Texans standing up for Texans.
It's a chain reaction. Whenever one group of people starts helping people, then the other side of the neighborhood starts helping people. It's just like all you need is a spark, and then it's a fire of help.
Trace Bragg, KHOU 11 News.
North Harris County neighborhood is showing some workers the power of love. Photojournalist Scott McKinney has the story from Northampton.
Yesterday we fed 150. Today we have donations for almost 300.
Hot dog one. There you go.
And a bunch of people just got together to serve food to all the linemen and all the people who came in from other states to help us get power back. we're thankful. So we just want to let them know.
Everybody needs a break, right? Whether you're a lineman or a first responder or just somebody who's tired of being cooped up inside, right? It's, perfect. I don't have power. He doesn't have power, but we're on the same boat.
Tell the guys at the grill 10 hamburgers with cheese and 10 hot dogs with cheese. There's a crew at the end of Bayonne.
Everybody comes up and wants to know when their power's going to come on, but we have people bringing several meals and stuff and water and drinks.
They are beyond super thankful. So we're just letting them know that we're thankful for them.
Thank you so much.
Now the hot dogs, we have 2 trays that have 5 dogs in them.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Y'all be careful.
We'll roll up somewhere and somebody's barbecuing or they're grilling or smoking something. And they're like, hey, man, it's going to be about 30 minutes and the pit will be ready, man, if y'all want something, That's one of the things I love about being from Houston and being in Houston when we work storms is the people are really awesome.
He said just stack it here and they'll come and get it.
The Astros and the Rockets hosted relief drives downtown. We were at Minute Maid Park this morning as the Stros passed out water and ice. Plus, we saw long lines as folks turned out at the Toyota Center, where the Rockets also lent a helping hand.
Right now, we know so many of you are in need of help. That's especially true for people who were already struggling to make ends meet before the storm.
Right now, Houstonians are facing Beryl's aftermath.
I need air. It's hot.
And whether you are new to hurricanes,
This is my first one,
or you've been through this before,
This here was the first one, the second one I've been through, and it's horrible.
there's probably one thing on your mind.
Power going out. It is hard.
don't have electricity for a couple days right here in Houston. It's kind of the worst.
Yeah, the lack of electricity causing problems.
I had to throw away a whole bunch of food.
Sad. So sad.
It's why many are turning to the Houston Food Bank for help. Today, they say they are seeing roughly 3 times the normal amount of Houstonians seeking help.
What they're receiving today is bananas, peaches, grapes, and then dry goods like beans, pasta, and those kinds of things.
The problem is enormous, even more so for these people already receiving food assistance.
Because they've lost their food, we are assisting with replacing those benefits so they can get the benefits reloaded essentially on their card to take back to the grocery store to replace the food that they've lost.
Now, if you don't qualify for SNAP, that is not a problem. If you're here, the Houston Food Bank is actually showing you this QR code. This will get you directly to a list of their food pantry partners that are able to provide you food assistance, no questions asked, and no need to qualify for SNAP. Now, if you're not here, you can find this information on their website, houstonfoodbank.org.
And remember, Houston, we are all in this together.
I just want to say, y'all keep up the good work. I just love y'all.
Now we want to check out Galveston County.
Matt Doherty has spent the past few days on the island, where tonight he found a message of hope. Matt?
And we got a little bit of perspective tonight here on Galveston Island from an unlikely source. We were reminded that once again, we've made it through another storm together. If you passed through the neighborhoods north of Broadway on Galveston Island tonight, you'd smell it. The smoke, the aroma of burning charcoal from the grills on every other block.
Burgers and dogs, burgers and dogs.
Troy Lazar is the cook tonight, tasked with grilling everything that was in the fridge and freezer. If he doesn't, it'll all go to waste.
Just trying to make it, bro. Just trying to make it.
This isn't the Lazar family's first hurricane, not even close to the worst they've seen. The family has lived in this home for more than 100 years here on Galveston Island. One more storm that's knocked out the power for potentially weeks means one more time for a feast.
Just trying to make do, make the best of the situation.
And although the family will be going to bed tonight without AC like so many of the rest of us, they'll try their best to stay positive.
Try to stay inside, try to make the best of the situation. I mean, it can always be a lot worse.
As long as Troy's elderly uncle is able to stay cool and comfortable, Troy will be able to rest a little better tonight. A little laughter, full stomachs tonight. That'll help too. The city of Galveston says it isn't sure when power will be restored to the entire island. They're predicting anywhere from 72 hours up to 2 weeks. But like Troy showed us tonight, if we can just look after each other It's probably going to be all right. Back to you.
Matt, thanks so much. A positive attitude, so important. In Southeast Texas, we always come together.
Yes, and a very tight-knit community there on the island, and we've seen it time and time again. They are weatherproofed down there. They've been through this a time or two. In the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, extended outages have meant fridges and freezers full of food are now going to waste. But people are coming together to make sure their neighbors get fed. Aniela Ruiz is the story of hope and healing from LaPorte and Pasadena.
Hi, ¿cómo estás?
Neighbors helping neighbors.
Dig in.
Offering what they can for others.
Taco rice, mashed potatoes, baked beans, and then all the meats.
Ryan Geller from LaPorte decided to lend a hand to others through food.
I got up this morning and was like, all right, I'm cooking. Donations are welcome.
She posted on social media.
If I can cook food and help someone that is sleeping in their car or in a hot house.
And donations started pouring in.
Barbecue, we got pork shoulder. I had 2 of those. We had over 75 hot dogs.
Ryan said she wanted to give back because she feels blessed her house didn't suffer any damages.
I believe he answered my prayers, and so I can't not do for others.
And the people looking for a meal showed up to her home.
I still don't have power.
One family of 4 very grateful. They said they had no power and water until today.
Ya nomás recuperarnos poco a poco.
Hoping they can recover soon because Dad hasn't been working. No work means no pay.
Ahora ya tenemos para la cena.
Grateful they have dinner tonight, but Ryan wasn't the only one. Over in Pasadena,
Free snow cones and popcorn.
Elizabeth and her family decided to give out treats.
I appreciate that.
We're all in the same situation.
All these neighbors doing what they can.
It just tickles my heart.
Helping others.
Restores your faith in humanity.
Yeah.
When they need it the most.
There's still nice people in the world.
Yeah.
Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
As you can imagine, it has been difficult for a lot of people to go another day with no power in the Houston heat. Driving around the area today, some streets have power, others don't, and those who do are now starting to recover. This is what it looks like outside of Joyce Murray's home. A large tree blocking part of her street. After the week Joyce has had, she was too drained to go on camera, but still wanted to share what happened.
That tree fell, and praise God, it didn't hit the house. It fell out in the street, and it's been here.
For days, Joyce was stuck with no power and no help.
And all of the entities are saying go somewhere and cool off. Well, I couldn't get out.
Her neighbors eventually stepped in.
Came over and cut 3 limbs.
And this weekend, her power came back on. But it's been a hard week for Joyce.
Mentally, my state has been I've been drained because I'm not a youngster. I'm 79 years old, and it's very difficult.
While Joyce has power, her friend Trish, who lives just a few streets away, doesn't.
I lost power, and at Tuesday, I didn't have power. And I think it came on Wednesday for about 6 hours. And then it shut off again, and I haven't had it since.
Trish has been using her car to get some relief from the heat.
That's the only way I can survive, because I'm not going to be in that hot house and they find me passed out, because I don't want to go out like that.
And although she too has a damaged tree in her yard and is waiting for the power to come back on for good, tonight she's just thankful to be okay.
I'm not the only one. Everybody is going through this, and we just have to go through it together.
And today when we met Joyce, Trish was actually dropping off some ice despite not having power herself. She tells me the reason is because right now we all have to take care of each other. Live in Northeast Houston, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.